Hello, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. In today's episode, the goal is to finally make it to the Anor Londo Bonfire. As for the journey to get there, I don't know how that's going to go. Also, it appears, I was checking on Steam earlier today, and it appears the Dark Souls 3 DLC finally dropped. I don't know if I'll be getting that. I definitely don't want to get it until I'm at least close to beating the game on this playthrough, which at this rate will take maybe 3,000 to 4,000 years. So it's going to be a little bit of waiting. And also, I'm not really into this game as much as I was Dark Souls 1, I have to admit. So I don't know if it would be worth my time personally to buy the DLC. Because I don't know if I'd be willing to play the game at that point. Are there any items around here? Yes, there is. Okay. Titanite scale. Is there another item over here? Nope. So this is a nice little, this is a nice little throwback to Dark Souls 1, this area here. Which is a pain in the damn ass. I don't know why they brought back the Silver Knight archers, or the Anor Londo archers. Luckily it's not as bad in this game as it was in the first one. This one's fairly easy to get through. But God, I remember in Dark Souls 1, this setup was such a nightmare. I think it's best to, I think I want to just run up here. Just get up here while I can. God, that does a lot of damage. Oh wow, he didn't even flinch at a fully charged two-handed attack. Oh. Okay. I caught the back end of his weapon there. Now I'm gonna take out this guy. And after this guy, I can go back down and get the other one. Alright. 2 Titanite shards off of that guy, and now this one. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't make this as difficult in the first game, because in the first game there was only 2 archers, I believe. Were there 2? Yeah, there were 2, I think. But the run up to get to the archers was a lot longer. And sometimes the archers would glitch out and they wouldn't pull out their sword. So they'd be shooting at you at point blank. And you'd be blocking their arrows with your shield with huge ass knockback. And also you had to fight them in a very precarious position. So that knockback could easily knock you off the edge of the building and you would die. And it was quite an experience. It was quite an experience. The good old fishing for backstabs technique never fails. I mean, enemies are pretty good in this game for negating backstabs. but I don't think they'll ever be able to fully counter backstabs with the AI. Does a pretty good job though of turning around and blocking. Oh my god, I easily could have died right there. That was 100% luck. Okay, now there's an item I can drop down to, like right there. Right here. It's down there somewhere. Is there anything on this one? This little spire here, tower? No? Okay. There's something right there, yeah, that's right. That's the Eastern armor set, if I remember correctly. No, it's the Easterner's Ashes, which gives the Eastern armor set. Reminds me of good old Shiva of the East from the forest in Dark Souls 1. Man, the forest, that was also an experience. That was quite the experience. A lot of PvP happened in the forest in Dark Souls 1. I don't know what the player base is looking like in Dark Souls 1 anymore. But I imagine there's still some PvP that goes on there. Because it was pretty fun. Although it was a... Fighting in that area pretty much was a guaranteed gank. But that's what you went there for. So it didn't really matter. Oh. Man, that does so much damage. That's insane. More Titanite shards. I can upgrade any weapon I want now. Let's do this smart. I've used quite a bit of Estus already, but I don't think I have a long way to go at this point, so... It's just these guys. So there's not too much to worry about as long as I don't waste 5 Estus flasks on this guy. Okay. I hate these slow-ass swings they have. See, that's bullshit, honestly. It's bullshit how they can swing like that. Alright. And then this final asshole. Whoa, he's got a spear. That's pretty fucking dangerous. Yep, those pokes. And the range. Man, I remember in fucking PvP, spears were annoying. With all the lag. Because, man, in this game... lag in multiplayer is a huge problem. And spears were able to take full advantage of that, because... just like, you wouldn't be able to dodge in time to like fully dodge the damage from their pokes. Just because of the lag. What am I doing here? For some reason I had the feeling that I was looking for an item, but I don't think I was. Yeah, I don't think I'm looking for an item. I think I'm good here. Alright, time to go in here. Yeah, I remember this. So, is this still an illusion? Yeah, it is. Cool. This was an area in Dark Souls 1 where you would fight a boss named Gwendolyn. Interestingly enough, that particular boss does make a comeback. Although he's not quite the same as before. I picked up the brass armor set right there, which in Dark Souls 1 was the armor set of a Firekeeper. I think it'll mention that in the armor set. No, it's a armor of a knight, once known as the Dark Moon. Okay, well, the person in Dark Souls 1 who had this armor set, they were a Dark Moon Knight, but they were also a Firekeeper. Yeah, something about its silhouette suggests femininity. It did belong to a woman. Yeah. It's a decent set, I think. It's lighter than what I have. It looks pretty cool. Now this area here, I made it to where Honoree of Astoria, what am I trying to say? I made it to where Honoree of Astoria doesn't die, so her sword isn't here, but if she does die, if you didn't, like, negate that quest line or something, you'd pick up her sword right there. So now I think that's it, so it's time to head up to the Anor Londo Bonfire. And at that point, it's time to level up. Because I just noticed that I have 92,000, yeah, 92.8k souls. That's quite a bit. Also, there is a secret, not really a secret area, but I guess it's sort of a secret area right there to that tower. Which also unlocks a shortcut, I believe. No, it doesn't. I'm actually thinking of a different tower that unlocks a shortcut. Or am I? No, it unlocks a shortcut, but not really. You can go down the tower, but you can't go back up once you go down. Which is, interesting, I guess. I don't know what you would use that for. I wasn't supposed to do that, I don't think, to get to that tower, but I want to hit this bonfire first in case I miss the invisible pathway. So I'm going to hit this bonfire first. The invisible pathway is just a straight line, so it's kind of hard to miss, but knowing my luck, I would somehow miss it and just die. So I'm going to rest here and do the tower thing. Good old Anor Londo. Still a cool area. I think it's still my favorite area of the game. Contraption does not move. I guess I have to go to the other side. Such a picky contraption. Why does it matter which side I activate? I could have just pulled it. That would have done the job. Does this line up? Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. I can quickly try and check here. Okay, yeah, it does. Because the knife is floating in the air there. So it just goes in a straight line. I don't know how wide this path is. And you just drop down right here. Seems to be pretty wide. Light this bonfire. Now this bonfire is called the Prison Tower because this woman right here who is half dragon and looks kind of strange. She doesn't look as good as Priscilla from Dark Souls 1, the #1 waifu of Dark Souls. Am I right?
Name thyself, stranger. I am Yorshka, captain of the Dark Moon Knights. What beckoned thee to such a place?
Let's just say I'm gonna perform some Dark Moon loyalty.
Thou thinkst too. Very well. Captain to this knightless company I remain.
She hesitated. I don't know what she was gonna say.
Grant thee purpose. Thou'st journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I place thee under the aegis and the power of the Dark Moon.
Interesting.
Thou art the blade of the Dark Moon, the only knight of our company.
I'm the only one.
Swear this oath and face thy solemn
Man, how the
duty.
Dark Moon blades have fallen.
Oh, good blade of the Dark Moon, welcome home. If I can provide thee succor, only tell me how.
She's gonna give me some of the sucky, is that what she just said? Offer proof of a Concord kept. I don't think I have any of those. I imagine if you offer enough of those, you'll eventually get the Dark Moon Blade Miracle, which is pretty good.
Long ago, our father Gwyn, lamenting the waning of the fire, became cinder of his own will. Now, the fire is linked by the champions who have come in his stead. Such is the will of Father and the gods. And so the Dark Moon Knights took arms to watch over those who link the fire. But long ago, our company lost its last proper knight. Only its covenant was preserved to this day, until the time of thy visit. Heirdom taketh many forms, indeed.
I imagine the last knight was the owner of the brass armor I found.
May I pose thee a question? This tower, this prison, stands tall and solitary, the contraption bridging its lower reaches long unmoving. So, by what path didst thou here ascend?
Well, you
Art thou
see,
a creature of the air?
um,
Or other winged thing?
you see, if you try hard enough, you can fly, no matter who you are. That song by Fort Minor, remember the name? That's how you can fly, so yes,
Oh
I can fly.
my. I imagined it might be so.
No, it's not your imagination, it's reality, I can
Then
fly.
Thou art a dragon? Or perhaps a crow? Well, whatever thou beest.
I'm neither not really a dragon or a crow, I'm more of a hot air balloon.
Long ago.
Okay, so she's got nothing else to say. It's interesting listening to her talk about Lord Gwyn,
So soon may the Dark Moon.
because, I did kill Lord Gwyn in the first game. My bad. She doesn't need to know that, though. So if I remember, there's some stuff down this tower, but it does require a little bit of platforming, which is very iffy in Dark Souls games. Yeah, like that item there. Okay, so I need to fall on this beam right here. Boom. And carefully make my way across. Painting Guardian's curved sword. Now that is an interesting item, because the Painted Guardians were... the Painting Guardians were, as you can probably imagine, guardians who as you can imagine, once again, guarded a painting. Who would have thought about that? Not me, that's for sure. And in Dark Souls 1, you could actually go into the painting if you possessed a certain item. And it was called the Painted World of Ariamis. I'm hoping I'm not butchering the name there. And what's interesting about that is I have seen some footage of the Dark Souls 3 DLC that recently dropped. And the in-game footage looked very similar to the Painted World, which that did pique my interest quite a bit. That's why I'm thinking about getting it. Picking up the DLC. On Steam it costs $15. I don't know how much it costs on PS4 here. Hopefully the same price. Now I don't know how much DLC is coming out for this game. You can buy a season pass for, I think on Steam it said $24.99. So I imagine if they come out with more DLC, that'll end up being cheaper than buying each DLC individually. Let's level up here. I still need to give her the Firekeeper, so I'm going to give her that in this session after I level up here. Let's get 30 dexterity, because why not? Vigor, because why not? 25, those are good numbers. Do I really want to go with that? Yes. No regrets. Give Firekeeper Soul. Do I really want to do this? Yes.
Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom.
Oh.
She will understand. We
Within her bosom.
Firekeepers after all.
I wonder if she'll allow me to find a place within her bosom. So she's now able to heal the Dark Sigil, which I never got, because I completely ignored that portion of the game. Talking to the Hollow and receiving the Dark Sigil and receiving 5 free levels, I completely ignored that. I don't think she has anything more to say. I can give this handmaid the Easterner's Ashes. Give Umbral Ash. Oh, I have the excrement-covered ashes. Wonderful. Oh, that's some fine ash. It's covered in shit. That's how I like it. Alright, let's see. So she's got some cool stuff here. Undead Legion set. The, favor set. I guess that's what you would call it. Easterner set. The Exile set. I don't know if this was in a previous game, the Exile set. Maybe Dark Souls 2? There was a set similar to this one. Big Hat. From good old Big Hat Logan, I remember him. And that looks like it is it. So, that's it for that. Anything going on with Andre? Reinforce Estus Flask. No Estus Shards. Okay. Can I reinforce my weapon? I can. I have the large Titanite to do so. Let's do it. Boom. We're doing quite a bit of damage now. I did send this guy to pillage, right?
Oh, then we're both. Thank the gods for that. I might have died if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, he was saved by the Onion Knight because I did his quest. Interesting.
You can keep them as.
Okay, he's got nothing new to say, but he does have some Some new items here. Scholar's Candlestick. Do I want to kill people with a candlestick? That'd be pretty interesting. Pontiff Knight Curved Sword. Lothric Knight Greatsword. The Zweihanda. He doesn't have... None of these people have the weapon I'm looking for. None of these people have the washing pole. Is the washing pole an item I have to pick up? Oh, here it is. Boom. Let's buy that. 18 strength, though. Okay, so that's something to work towards. I almost attacked the handmaid there. I accidentally hit R1. Luckily, I was still in the shop inventory. Now, I believe by giving the Firekeeper's soul to the Firekeeper, this guy here, who I haven't talked to in ages, has something to say about that.
Aha, thou returned, and a fine day it is. So, happened upon... Ah, most illustrious Lord Seeker, fine kindling for the thrones, is it not? And all slain by thy hand. Oh. In fact, methinks that... Ah, most illustrious...
I guess he doesn't have anything to say about it at all. I was completely mistaken. I haven't looked through this in quite a while. Farron Greatsword. That's interesting, because it comes as a... It's an Ultra Greatsword, but it comes with a... It comes with a little dagger, I think. Is that it for here? I think that's it for here. Actually, there's one other thing I want to check. Involving the Crestfallen Knight. What the fuck? Is that fog wall? How do I make that go away? I have no idea how to make that fog wall go away. The reason that fog wall is there is to reduce lag. It's so things outside the shrine aren't rendered into the game. So I'll just go here. Alright, wait a second. Oh. That's just one of the random undeads standing on the edge there. Threw me off for a second. Let's see, he should be back around the side here. Yeah, back around this way. You should be crouched. Oh shit. What the fuck? Or maybe he's dead. Maybe he's not dead, maybe he's just left. I actually don't know what happens to him, but I just picked up his, I mean, there's his sword. Because he used to be a member of the Undead Legion, and that's the sword they use. He dropped something called a Hawkwood shield. Which is interesting, because... Shield that belonged to Hawkwood, a deserter from the Undead Legion. So that was his name, Hawkwood. It's Hawkwood's shield. Okay. The unique swordsmanship of the Watchers does not normally allow for the use of shields. The unique swordsmanship of the Watchers would not allow such a shield, and Hawkwood's very possession of it was telltale of his defeat. Interesting. Okay, so I think that's it. It's time to go back to Anor Londo and wreck some face. Get ready to kill a boss. Alright, so I'm back in Anor Londo. I'm gonna end this episode here. No, because this was the goal for this episode. The journey went very smoothly, I'd say. I don't think I'll be able to kill the boss in the next episode because there's quite a few enemies to clear out and I need to open the door there So that might take a little bit. It depends on how fast I can do it. There are some tough enemies in there, so I don't know. But, I don't have to worry about that right now. So long. Until next time.